Ladies and gentlemen, today I have a fascinating topic for a discussion. How to become a desperate, lifeless being in just a few days. The algorithm is simple. There is really nothing to it. First, you go and work as hard as possible. It's preferable that you put into your schedule a lot of random stuff you believe you need to get done as soon as possible. Then you come back home all exhausted and say to yourself, well, today I wasn't productive enough. Tomorrow I'll do more. And damn, you are a lifeless, burnt out, desperate human being who was caught in a trap called toxic productivity, or we better call it smoothie culture. Why a smoothie though? Well, I personally associate smoothie with diet culture, which is known for its toxicity. It's supposed to be a true blessing to you. It's considered to be good, but in fact, it literally ruins your life. In the same way, it works for toxic productivity. In fact, this smoothie contains all the ingredients that worsen your life quality, such as stress, anxiety, overworking, disappointments, and so on. So the best way to describe a nightmare like this would be probably smoothie culture. In fact, I was a victim myself. And to be honest, it did cost me a lot. During the first month of a pandemic of a well-known virus, I was dying from boredom, which is normal when you're locked up in your apartment without any chance of getting out. So I started watching some pseudo-motivational content, which made me feel guilty for anything that is not considered productive. Because of it, I felt deadly, just like a zombie. This attitude resulted in stress, anxiety, and endless burnouts. After a couple of such incidents, I started realizing that something might be wrong. And eventually, I came to realize that I was a product of toxic productivity. And I truly regret this time. Toxic productivity is the most dangerous thing that can happen to anyone, especially to us, youth. So even if you don't feel it or don't understand it, it's still chasing you in one way or another. And I'll show you how. I bet you've seen at least one hyperproductive person on your feed, or at least one random guy who's yelling at you because you don't work 24/7 and don't sacrifice your well-being for goals, or at least one aesthetically pleasing page with quotes about hard work and success, like these. Well, consistent watching and consuming of such content may awaken a feeling of guilt. This thought slowly slips into your mind and you unconsciously push yourself to work more and harder. You are drained day by day. Your feelings and emotions vanish as your goals come first. And then it's like becomes like a habit that literally ruins your life. Even though, according to those motivational videos, it's supposed to be the other way around. The toxic productivity is an advanced version of workaholism. Don't you agree with me? This phenomenon emerged under the pressure of so-called hustle culture, which is a trend that emphasizes hard work and long hours as the key to success. The only thing that distinguishes you from a real slave at this point is that you do all of this voluntarily. You may not understand all of those super complicated terms and all these super weird comparisons, but I guess you do feel the pressure. So do my friends, colleagues, classmates. So I decided to conduct a mini survey with a couple of simple questions. Some results impressed me. Some of them even shocked me. So I would love to introduce you to some key points of this small experiment. 75% of respondents do feel good to some degree because they believe they didn't do much by the end of the day. Approximately 80% admitted that they feel pressured to be productive. around 83% of respondents have experienced burnouts, 40 of whom regularly. Even though this statistic might not be demonstrative, I still believe that it's not far from the truth. And I want you to pay close attention to another questions, to the following question and answers to them. First one, what causes burnout? And second one, how to avoid one. The most common answer to the question, what causes burnout, was overworking and lack of proper rest. And the most common answer to the question, how can you avoid a burnout? People said that you have to get quality rest. People pointed out the same things over and over again. Overworking and importance of rest. And it sounds logical. Yeah, you get burnouts because you overwork yourself. That's why you need to get more rest to be healthy and avoid such incidents. But in fact, it doesn't work that way, and I'll show you why. Finally, we arrived at the final stage, and the question is still in the air. How to spill the toxic smoothie? Well, look here. This is you surrounded by your tasks. How do you feel about this picture? Yeah, it may seem colorful, cute at first, but then you notice how overwhelming and messy it is. So is your life when you fill it with too many unnecessary activities. Even though you get the illusion of being busy and productive, in fact, you waste your precious time. You scatter your focus, which means you lose concentration on truly important things. So that's why we need to learn how to set priorities. Priorities serve as a strong foundation for your future success and well-being. Well, this sounds great, you will say, but how can I learn to set priorities for me to follow? You don't need anything special for you. I worked out a simple method that helped me a couple of years ago. So for that, you only need a piece of paper and a pen. So step 1, you basically write down all the activities you were involved in on the paper. And then try to make this list as simple as possible so you wouldn't get distracted. Step 2. Now, once you're done with this, get ready for the debate with yourself. Yeah, why not? Try to be as honest as possible. Give strong arguments. Make yourself sweat, cry, hesitate. Take time to think, do some research. For me, it took about 1 week to organize all the mess on the paper and in my head, but it's truly worth it. I made up my mind and I finally left 5 activities out of around 15, which is absolutely insane. So trust the process and keep going. Then step 3, you choose things that matter in your life. Then you turn around the paper and write them down. Once you're done, you can add some details, describe them so that you get a better picture of what you should focus on in the future. And now, hooray! You have a strict set of priorities for you to follow. Now, from now on, you are the boss of your life and you are to decide what matches your priority list. Once you learn how to use this technique efficiently, I guarantee you, your life will get much, much better. For now, take time and make yourself a refreshing smoothie. But don't spill this one. Take time, take a sip, enjoy yourself, and celebrate your upcoming victory against toxic productivity.